Welcome to Shweta's Talkies Season 1. Let's chat and have some fun. People, their lives, their struggles and their joys. Faces, their truths and their beauty. Things of value, not price. I'm old school and I'm blunt. I like to explore things. I like to explore people and their emotions, places and their truths. Join me for Shweta's Talkies. We're very happy today because I have a very dear friend of mine, Mr. Sachin Khurana. He's a veteran of the ad film industry and movie industry. It's been almost over 2 decades of doing what you do. A seasoned person. Happy to have you here only because I think there's a lot of audience and people that we know would want to hear from you exactly what it takes to be where you are. And we are coming into the ages of the models not being in 20s anymore, they're in their mature ages. And you have sustained your career throughout. And your peak was Mr. India and Best Model of the World back in 1996. And shortly thereafter, you were Mr. World in 1998. And how did this all happen is where I would want to open this little convey of yours and mine with.
I think it wasn't really my peak, it was actually my starting point of my career. I just done a few assignments before that. A friend of mine was a coordinator. He said, why not enter the contest and groom yourself? There were world-class groomers in the show. So I thought the whole idea was to groom yourself and just give it your best shot to, and see what happens. As luck would have it, I'd won the contest. I represented India in Best Model of the World. I didn't win it. And then in 98, I think I'm the only guy in the country who's gone for 2 contests.
Yes, I thought I misread it when I was checking up on you, by the way. Nobody needs to check up on you. They're quite aware of it. But I'm just trying to understand, how did 2 back-to-back happen?
Yeah, that was as luck would have had it. Good luck on my part, bad luck on the guy who was supposed to go for that contest that year. He lost his passport at the last minute. Can you imagine?
Oh, nice.
And they just called me and said, do you want to go for this trip? I was like, it's 10 days from now and I'm not really prepared for it as such, because you need a lot of preparation to go for a global contest.
Of course.
Body-wise, mental preparedness, all these things. I was like, let me do my best and let's just go for it.
So that element of destiny has a big part to play in this industry. Does hold a bit of water, does it?
I think destiny, everywhere it plays a important part.
I think I've heard mostly, especially in front of the camera, when you're looking at the actor or the model or whatever, they say it's all written here. And I've seen, living in Bombay, I've heard so many of the industry people say that, and I've always debated it. But look at you now. Not that you were lacking anything, you were already on that path. Had that guy gone with his passport, found his passport, would you be here, you think, maybe?
I would have been here, but maybe a little around it and stuff like that. And,
little later.
But that was just an experience for me to be a part of the Mr. World contest. And I went to Portugal, and that's when I did my first catapult jump and all that. It became like an adventure trip for me.
So you were actually born fit, or did you work on it?
I think I was working out since school. We used to do a lot of workout.
You were made for it. Imagine if somebody had to go prepare, fast time, and within 2 years they won this. I think they'll just be psychoing out on workouts and fitness. But you had that DNA type, and you kind of sold it on gold over there, didn't you?
Like for the first contest, that is Best Model of the World, I'd worked out for 9 months, evening, morning, for 6 days a week. Like I used to do my weights in the morning and cardio in the evening just to get those perfect abs out and this and that. So that
रॉ मटेरियल अच्छा होना चाहिए, उसी में बिल्डिंग बनती है ना, तो उतना तो मैं वो बोल रही हूँ, उतना तो होगा ना, फिर क्या फायदा otherwise?
नहीं तो वो बिल्डिंग नीचे गिर जाएगी.
2 decades. It actually, over 500 ad films, I think over 200 odd movie projects. Is that correct?
Movies, not so much.
Not so much.
More than 500 fashion shows, yes.
That's madness.
And commercials equivalently as well.
Would you rather work today, or would you rather work in the old days? Because there is a shift in the industry, isn't there?
It's always a progressive shift, and it's also been a progressive shift now as well. Old days has its own charm. There were not too many male models as such. There were like 10, 15 of them who did everything, all the fashion shows, and traveled the globe, traveled all over India doing all the shows. I think modeling work for guys has gone down quite a bit. So you can't really sustain yourself as a model anymore now.
I remember backstaging. It's a concept, where the students kind of do backstaging at the back. Being from NIFT myself, those were the days of when you actually go at the back and ready the model. They do it right now, but it used to be like that old school where the models used to be gods. Because you don't see them. There is no saturation of seeing them on Insta and social media.
There were no supermodels now. In fact, there were supermodels that time.
What about India was the last supermodel? male?
I think Milind
Milind
Soman.
Soman?
Yeah, or maybe Arjun Rampal was stood
Mr.
out as well.
Rampal.
But he was never really a super. I would say Milind Soman, in fact.
Milind Soman
Rahul
has,
Dev.
but it's interesting how they've changed their brand. Milind has gone from in front of the camera to fitness.
Yes, yes, and done it so gracefully. And because I think that's his life, that's his passion. He just followed that path diligently.
See, that's what I like about now, 2023, that you've seen him in the peak of his youth, and you're probably accepting him even more now.
Yes, because it's all about aging gracefully, right? And this industry helps you age grace because you've had that lifestyle. You don't drink, you don't smoke, and you work out regularly, you eat right. You know, that lifestyle makes you beautifully, gracefully age.
While I was living in Bombay, and I did get to meet a lot of the fraternity, and it really, truly, authentically is a lot of hard work. Like just us sitting right now, it was a lot of preparation work. What would you tell, and I'm not asking about daily yarn, but people who want to be in front of the camera, it is end of the day not just your camera, it's your internal working, a lot of mental preparation. Can you tell me a little bit about how it was for you and in the process and where it kind of maybe is different now?
Okay, I think the basics are the same. You know, that could never change. You have to work on your communication skills. You have to be confident. How do you become confident? You practice, you practice, you practice. What you want to be is what is important first. You want to be an actor, you want to be a model. But see, modeling is not sustainable enough in this country now anymore. You can be an actor who models is more sustainable.
Or who models,
or an actor who does maybe
it's like
showstoppers.
Yeah, you have acted and you've been through various types of camera, and by that I mean where you're selling a brand versus when you're emoting versus you're doing something else. Tell us a little bit about that journey, because I'm sure you have to kind of change completely.
See, modeling is maybe just smiling for a picture and just looking, feeling that you love the product, or this is what the product would do. But what would you in still pictures? You will just smile and this is the product, or you'll point out, please use this. Or if it's a happy family shot, you'll just have sister, mother, wife, kids, and all just laughing over some joke or something. That will just become a happy family shot. But when you have to promote in front of a moving camera, it's a different ballgame altogether. You have to know who you are, your backstory. What is the character all about? Like when I learned acting, we used to make 4 pages of a character sketch. Where were you born? What did you do? Where did you grow up? Where was your schooling? What were your habits? What were your bad habits? You know, all those things.
Negative traits
of course, that is what will put here. Subconsciously, if you put that in that particular character, and that comes with practice. I think without doing theatre or practicing acting, nobody should even try acting.
Yeah, I'm a bad actor. I think it's very tough. And I think I've seen many of your ad films and all, just to kind of randomly, you're pretty stressed out and pick up the coffee and make it bloody convincing for that money which is riding on it. It's not exactly the easiest thing, I'm sure.
See, if I'm playing Sachin Khurana and picking up that coffee, it's easy for me. There's no big deal. So this me drinking the coffee, enjoying it and doing cheers or whatever, have it and etc, etc. But if I'm playing somebody else, a different maybe, okay, suppose I'm playing a business tycoon, which I'm not in real life. I'm an actor in real life. Or I'm playing an autism specialist teacher, which I played in a show called Aapki Antronzi. So I had to do a whole 3-month research on autism firstly before I got in front of. Otherwise, how in the hell will I be convincing? So it is really about the background and the preparation behind it.
Tell me a little bit about the autism thing, because it's not as simple as playing a villain or a businessman or someone who's gone and shot someone or a goon. This is autism. You're dealing with mental health and a lot of cohesive wellness. What was it like?
So I'd gone to a few schools for special kids in Bombay, so just to see what therapies, how the teachers behave with the kids, the kind of patience they need to have, what all they connect with, what all they absorb from the children and give them back. You know, it's very important to understand subtle nuances of autistic kids because they're not very vocal about them. So only a few pointers they will do. You have to understand what they're trying to say at that particular time.
And was it done under some kind of an observation, or were you left to interact and do your own character from it?
No, I just requested them for me to see them because I was doing a show which required me to be a autism specialist doctor. So I requested them and I spent a few hours with them. I went there for a week, 10 days. Then I saw a lot of YouTube videos, how the therapies are done.
Not as easy as just going and acting, is it?
No, I will not look convincing if I don't know what I'm doing.
Were you at some point saying, shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I might need to readdress it. Are there those times of doubt? It could be an ad film, or it could be a movie, or an OTT, I don't
A
know.
lot of times all these things happen, yeah. I remember I was doing an ICICI credit card film with Sujit Sarkar. And one emotion towards the climax of the film, we had to finish in 3 seconds. And advertising is like you have to finish in...
Yeah.
And that emotion was taking like 5-7 seconds to do.
What was
We
that
take
emotion?
like 40, but he takes a
What
bit.
was this emotion?
I don't remember it now.
I want this emotion.
I don't remember it now. It was quite a while back. But I was like, shit, I felt so frustrated. I was like, it's not that difficult. What the hell, yeah?
It happens.
Yeah.
I think the importance of the crew around when you're pulling that off is important, isn't it? They can really...
Sometimes you just switch off. And see, we're not robots. We're humans. We're trying to play a different character. So these things will happen. The biggest of actors, the whole idea is to get it right.
Besides the struggle bit of it, career, when it comes to getting that right note, and every actor goes through it once in a while, I think it's very important to discuss rejection. And rejection being something which nobody takes easily, but it seems...
But I think it's very important.
It is very important.
Very, very important.
I think my audience would like to know a little
How
bit.
will you grow without rejection? My point is that nobody in the world, at whichever position they are today, has not been rejected. And that's been the only time they've actually grown. They've realized what needs to be done.
Your first rejection, vivid rejection, and I mean something which stays with you, and you kind of proper refer to it even now.
If you audition for 10 things and you get one, so 9 times you are rejected in a way.
Oh my God. Yes, for sure. So that's like 99 percentile rejection.
Yeah, 90% rejection otherwise. Even if you are the best at that thing, there are 9 more people who are as good as you are, maybe looking a little better or worse, what the director wants, how they visualize the character, matching that character, even if you are a better actor. It really depends.
Take off your names. Tell me that moment when you were first rejected, because that grit kind of comes from that rejection.
I auditioned for a film and it was like a parallel lead in a movie, it's a big film. I prepared for it for 3-4 months and had gone all out, auditioning as well. And audition went fantastic. The director loved it. He came again to my house and shot more angles and said, no, we want you as a lead. Not even as a second lead of the film and stuff like that. And
Of course.
It just goes sky high. Your hopes go sky high. I was waiting then 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. And it shelved. Nothing happened to that.
The project shelved.
Project only shelved. Never got
How
made.
did you get to know about it? Somebody called and told you?
It just never happened. So it was kind of a bummer, big bummer.
Was it your first, or did it happen early in your career?
Earlier in my career, when I'd gone to Bombay, this was I think about 2001 or 2002. Then I was like, screw it. I got an offer to play a lead in a show on television. I said, I'm just doing this for now. Whenever it happens, it will happen.
And that, it's like your first heartbreak, isn't it? Like when you're working on something and then get rejected. It's
you're working and dreaming about it day and night.
Wow.
And,
Yes.
like you visualize this, you thought, like ऐसे करेंगे, वैसे करेंगे, इसको ऐसा character होगा, मुझे ऐसी body बनानी है, मैं इस तरीके से बात करूँगा, इस तरीके से dance करूँगा. You prepare.
How would you want the want to be actors and actresses, want to be actresses, people who are getting into the industry to deal? Are they looking at rejection as way of life, or is it something they should draw upon when they want to, or there is no formula to it? It's probably a way of life.
Understand rejection is a part of every career. Without that, you will never grow. But it's about having the right attitude towards it.
Yeah, but let's say if I'm giving a presentation to my CEO and he says, Shata, change it, I don't like it. Hurts much lesser than saying, Shata, I don't like you. It becomes a lot more personal, doesn't it?
I guess it becomes personal, but then it depends how you take it. Yeah? I can be angry on it and like, he doesn't like it, it's the end of my world or something like that. It is not. He didn't like it, somebody else liked it. You are honest to your own self. Did you like it firstly or not? What have you done towards it? Have you given your heart and soul into it or not?
I think it's about that first rejection, like the first heartbreak versus it becomes a part of you. I think by now, if you get rejected on even a concept, you're like, moving on.
It's moving on. Let me find something better.
Let me find something better.
Yeah.
That becomes a trigger.
Like I want to produce now. I work on films. I work on stories every day. So, and you're working on a stories, you're creating a whole Bible, which takes months to create. But somebody doesn't like it. It's okay. I push it to somebody else. 10 people don't like it. It's okay. It's lying with me. Someday it will be made or not. I don't know. But I still have at least 5 to 7 things that I can pitch to different people and then start.
You're looking to produce now. You're getting into production. And how long has this process been?
So I've made some films. I made something for Hotstar called X or Y. And those are short films. I want to produce maybe a series now.
This one question I've been dying to ask you, though I've not told you off camera. You're a Delhi boy. What is it, barring infrastructure, which Bombay provides for this industry? What is missing in Delhi?
Delhi is laid back, yeah.
Just the film industry bit.
Delhi is very laid back period. So politically, we are more inclined. So film industry is more art. It's more passion. I'm not saying they're not passionate people here working towards that art.
There are a lot of people.
A different passions.
It's a different passion.
A different passion. People who want to be actors and artists also are here as well. But Bombay, there's a discipline there somewhere.
They breathe it.
They breathe it, yeah. They breathe it. Like, I've not met too many passionate people in Delhi as far as this art is concerned. But Bombay, I know people who live, breathe, acting, movies. They just. But then people who do that here shift to Bombay. They understand that.
But I do realize every nook and corner people who are working on scripts. They're planning to have a movie, or they're looking to groom themselves for their next show. I don't think that's in Delhi. I think it'll be a while by the time it gets here.
Yeah. Because see, there's only Noida here which makes news. There are news channels here. They try to make a film city in Delhi as well. It can never happen. The whole attitude, the whole infrastructure cannot shift out of Bombay. They try to make something in UP now. कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
2-4 फिल्में बन जाएगी वहाँ पे और क्या होगा? बॉम्बे से कैसे निकल के जाओगे तुम वहाँ से?
I'll leave it there because I haven't seen the infrastructure in UP at all. But there is an endeavor there, good for the endeavor.
But infrastructure having
but
there is fine. They're trying to get old. Okay, let me say. Now we're talking. They're trying to get old filmmakers who have passed their prime to do stuff there. They're not doing anything at all in the first place themselves.
As a producer, that now you want to be. Agar main bolu Sachin tomorrow, this is an unlimited supply of resources and money. What kind of a movie would you want to produce? Is it a movie? Is it a big screen? Is it OTT? Is it what? I know what I'll do. I'll produce Vikings Valhalla, but that's just me.
See, I want something entertaining. For sure. People should. Nobody wants to be preached for God's sake.
No more gyan now, please.
No more gyan.
Gyan
man करके क्या करना है? ज्ञान थोड़ा entertainment, थोड़ा सा जिसमें थोड़ा message हो यार, कुछ मतलब to how to live life यार.
But if I asked you for a reference movie,
3 Idiots. I think Rajkumar Hirani films. So he tries to put a message in the films as well, somewhere. It is just not about creating, history. If you're making historical stuff, that gives you messages. But this is more urban, like you and I connected more than I connect.
Let's say if you made 3 Idiots 2, who would play Amir Khan?
First thing, Kartik Aaryan comes to my mind. Something, if not Amir, one of the 3 roles could be Kartik as well. He's funny, he's entertaining. He's quirky, so he's in that's and it's going well for him now. Yeah.
Who would play Kareena?
Somebody new, somebody fresh. Maybe unknown.
You're reminding me, a friend of mine has written a script of 3 Idiots 4.
Okay.
He came to India 3 years ago. He still has that script. I'm going to connect you.
Super.
It's so funny.
Why not?
He's not right now in London, but you must.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Why not?
Tell it to somebody who has no idea what it is. मतलब ज्ञान अगर आप देंगे हो, क्या होगा? ये बह जाते हैं.
See, firstly, it is not magic. It takes time. So if you go to Bombay from Delhi, give yourself at least a year. Don't give yourself 3 months, 6 months. Realistically speaking, give yourself a year. Some things can happen in 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And then evaluate. So, and networking also, that first year, you have a whole list of people that you want to meet. A lot of these casting directors, you can go and meet, give your just an audition, basic audition, that who are you, and send your pictures. Who are you? They'll take like a video footage of yours and keep it with them. Also, try and create a demand for yourself. Basic economics, demand, create, then the supply comes in. How do you get demand? Do theatre. Get into a small, big group, whichever group you can get into initially. They'll give you small roles, they'll give you slightly bigger roles. There's a whole process to it, it doesn't happen overnight. So understand the process. Process is creating a demand for yourself, meeting people, telling them what you're doing. When you meet casting directors, they ask you, what are you doing right now? Tell them that you are doing something substantial, you're doing theatre. They respect it, even if it's a small role. You can invite them for your play as well whenever that happens. Send them feelers, this is what I'm doing. Please come and watch it if you can. Then you get a bigger role to play, It is a journey.
Is that journey different from someone who aims to be eventually in his or her life than eating men and women? Is that journey different, or somebody wants to play the character role? Are there different mindsets to it?
I have known actors who've gone to Bombay and disheartenedly come back after 5 years because they only wanted to be a star. What is a star? For today, times have changed. See, not everybody can be a Salman, Shah Rukh, this, that, or the other. No, there are only 3 or 4 of them. In lakhs, there are only 3 or 4 of them. There is no harm in dreaming like that. I'm not denying that fact. Prepare for it. So even if somebody says, I'm going to launch you, I'm looking at a new person. See, it's very difficult now to be launched. It's not easy at all. Star Kids, why are you launching Star Kids? Because they're ready for it firstly. They have been working on it for the last 15, 10, 15, 20 years. So they have assisted on films. They know how the industry works. They know how the acting is. If I'm going to launch someone as a producer or a director, I would pick up somebody who knows it for the last 15 years versus somebody who knows it for the last 6 months. You could be brilliant in the last 6 months, but it's a journey. I could pick you up after 6 months, but I'd still spend 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It could take 3 years before I launch you and doing something or the other. Have patience.
Shah Rukh Khan is an anatomy. He's not from Bombay.
Delhi, yes, but Hema Malini took him to Bombay and he was picked up from Delhi to do a show for Hema Malini. She saw him in that series and then he went to Bombay like that. Yeah, so see, he's one. He's somebody who shone out bright. He was like a star on the first series he did. Don't be in this false thing that मेरी मम्मी ने कहा अच्छा एक्टर हूँ मैं चले जाऊँगा मम्मी सारी मम्मी बोलेंगी मैं तो लोगों को जानता हूँ उनकी मम्मी उनको बोलती हैं मैं उनको बोलता हूँ भाई आप वापस चले जाएं नहीं है बाबा या आप राजकुमार राव not very good looking guy very average looking but has there is an X factor and you want to see him. Yeah, he's a brilliant actor. People who are mediocre actors are trying to fit on those roles. How is it possible? See, it takes 10 years to be a doctor. It takes 10 years to be an actor. Understand that. Don't come in doing after one course in Delhi and come and try and think that you'll be an actor in Bombay. And you could be, but mostly you will not be. There's a whole journey that has to go through.
Working on your art, comment. That's such an important part of being an actor.
I think everybody has to work on their craft. People just think that they're born actors or acting is a very easy thing. No, it's not. Also, I want to say something about people who are trained actors also. That's also very important. People who come out from NSDs. They're brilliant actors, but they don't know how to market themselves. Work on your communication skills, please. First, build the asset, then market the asset. It's 50-50%. Both are equally important.
In your story, you recently did a movie called X or Y. 2022 release another of our common friends in Bal, who's also part of that project. It had to do with girl child. It must be a different kind of take on the kind of work that you've done so far.
Yes.
We've commented on it a little earlier in the show. Are you planning to do anything more on those lines?
Yeah.
These are dark subjects. These are not light. I know you wanted to produce lighter subjects, but would you want to be a part of projects which are a little more?
Of course. Like when I say I want to produce something like 3 Idiots also, in fact, that's a social message alongside to live your life. Everything, I think, whatever you make, you have a choice to make something that's socially relevant. It's a choice.
As an audience, I can say that a lot of Meki journey is now being on screen as a part of the script, which was never a part before, isn't it? What do you think has changed with the audience?
India is a vast country. India has all kind of audiences. The television viewing audience is different from the OTT watching audience. But today, as of now, we have a whole choice of what we want to watch today. I don't have to compromise on what I need to watch by watching something else that I don't want to watch. Yeah? But a television audience is very different. They're more housewives still, who watch more families still. Yes, they're more families still. More of the tier 2 cities that watch television. So there is a specific way of making content for them. There's a whole science behind this. There's a whole research behind that. And there's for you what you want to watch. I might not. You like watching historical stuff.
Yeah.
I like to watch it once in a while, but not always. I like to watch science fiction. I love doing that. So there's a lot of variety that all of us can watch now today. That's fantastic. What I've learned in the last couple of years is a thing called the Bible. You have to create that Bible around your concept. So there's a whole story that you have in like 8-10 pages, put the whole story together, put the character sketch of every character that's going to be in the series, tentative cast, the whole journeys, the whole look and feel of the show or the movie, whatever you're making. But there are a lot of things you have to create like that properly before you go to an OTT now.
What are the non-negotiable aspect of it? Baki to I can understand pura wherever. Sabse non-negotiable.
The basic story, which is in 10 pages, the plot, the synopsis of your story. See, if you know someone in the business, I'm sure everybody, whoever wants to be a producer, will know someone in the OTT or someone that knows someone as well, via as well. But the first plot should be shared. If they want to make something like this, they said, yes, we like it, then create something like that. To create a Bible, it takes lakhs of rupees.
Which Bollywood actress would you want as your leading lady?
The woman that would lead me on. No. You know what? I find Kirti Sanon very pretty for that matter. You know, I think she's really beautiful and she's come off age as an actress.
She'll lead you well, you think?
No idea about that, but an artist's perspective, there's no harm in wishing.
Whose body would you want to be born in?
Like a wacko way of saying, well, whatever. Sorry.
It could be anybody.
Anybody that I would like to be born in.
You can be born in Charlie Chaplin's body if you want to, but
yeah,
who would it be?
You know, I'd randomly somebody's Leonardo DiCaprio's name comes into my head. He's been dating all these younger women, but that's not why I want to be there, because of his body of work. I would have loved to do what he's done, the film that he's done. Fantastic.
Whose body would you want to be with?
Whose body do I want to be with? Not anybody. Well, I'm very choosy.
Of course, you have to be
so
picky.
Which I have to connect. And
You're still
I won't say
single,
any
aren't
names.
you? You're still single. You're happily single, right? Like all
Happily
of us,
single.
or are you suspiciously single? Are you?
Like I want a partner now for sure.
Ladies, red alarm. No. Full alarm. So you're looking to date now, maybe. Maybe find a partner.
Yeah,
You want
absolutely.
kids?
Let's see on
Maybe.
that. Not sure about that, but yes, a partner for sure.
So if this was a Tinder profile, what would it say about you? First 3 lines.
You know, all these Tinders, I was in Tinder for a few months, long time back. They have these profiles looking for a long-term partner or a short-term partner or short-term fun or looking for friends, etc., etc. You know, I could write there.
What would you write?
Long-term partner, short-term would to start with also. Could lead to
Long-term
long-term.
partner, short-term.
I'm saying long-term partner. To start with, it could go from short-term to long-term.
If you had all the money in the world, where would you buy your house?
You know, I love Sydney.
You love Sydney?
Yes, I love Sydney. My brother used to live there earlier. Now he's gone to New York.
So the girl
but
has
Sydney
to
is
be
beautiful.
from preferably 25 miles radius, hopefully, of Sydney. Am I looking in Australia?
No, both of us can go there. What the heck?
And are you looking for a short girl, tall girl? Do you have any preferences? I know it's all offensive these days, but let's say matrimonial hota, to main kya bolti?
I'd see, I'm 6'1" tall, so I guess I would.
Go for a tall girl. Chalo ji, at least 5'5". क्या करती है?
कुछ भी करती है, connect करती है मेरे साथ. It has to be a good emotional and physical connect. Very important.
What are your pet peeves? Some people don't like smokers. Some people say I don't like woke. Some people saying
I don't like smokers.
You don't like smokers. What is a definite yes? Green flags.
Green flags.
Green flags.
Somebody's a little health conscious as I am, a little bit
Yeah,
of
pets
little
and all,
sporty,
yeah.
a little sporty and chilled out.
Not hectic.
Or not hectic. And somebody who communicates well, you know, to connect.
If you had all the money in the world, what would you buy her?
I think an awesome spa.
You should just go for the land also. You should basically.
Yeah, everything. That land, with that 5-acre land, will have an awesome spa. And some horses.
What should she not cook for you? If she cooks.
Deep fried pakoras for sure.
What would you not cook for her? If you plan the menu.
If I would, what I would not cook for her? Deep fried pakoras.
Actually, I am now going to make a Tinder profile with deep fried pakoras, preferably in Australia. Should be athletic. Ladies, this is on and we're going to come back to you soon. So Sachin, definitely I want to hear something which you would want to tell the upcoming actors, actresses. That you know how you go and get lost in the lights of it all. What are some traps that they should avoid falling into, or some things that they should avoid doing, or actually do? That's a negative reverse question, but advice in general.
See, everyone comes to this industry with dreams, right? That's why they shift their cities, come to Mumbai. There are a lot of things that they have in their head. And that can disillusion you a lot of times. What I say is, reality is reality. Talk to yourself, understand आप कितने पानी में हो, आपने क्या क्या नहीं किया है जो करना है आपको थोड़ी बहुत एक्टिंग करनी आ गई है, अगर आप रोज प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो, रियाज कर रहे हो क्या, जैसे आप सिंगर रियाज करता है रोज, कि आप अपनी आर्टिस्ट पे रियाज कर रहे हो, हाउ आर योर डांसिंग स्किल्स, थोड़ा बहुत डांस वांस करना आता नहीं आता आपको, it's very important. What are your advantages? Do you know horse riding? That can work in your favor as well. Sword fighting. All these skills can keep on working on your skills. I have a friend who came to Bombay when Kartik Aaryan was also there. Kartik Aaryan struggled for the first 4 years, and then he got Pyar Ka Panchnama, and he still struggled again, and then he got one movie. Then he became whatever. And he's good at his stuff. People think वो तो ऐसे बोलता है, वो वैसे बोलता है. भाई साहब वैसे नहीं बोलता. उसने बहुत मेहनत की है, बहुत तैयारी की है उसने. और आप जो रिजल्ट देख रहे हो वो सालों की मेहनत है. So even if you're in a room of stars or directors at one, doesn't make you an actor. They want to see what are you doing, what is your preparation, how serious you are about your craft. That whole thing is changed. That okay, I am an ex-director and I will launch you and I will do this. Might launch you, but that like 2-3 years. But for the other roles that I have in the film, I'll go to a casting director who will give me the best actor for those roles.
Thank you for that advice. I think it's a very honest advice. I'm hoping I get to see you in 2024 on a new project that you're working with. Thank you so much for being candid about your own experiences, and I hope to see you soon at our studio, Sachin.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Cheers on that.
Cheers.